Welcome back to Marcus at Work Media. So you know it's bad when even the Drake fans have negative things to say about Iceman. We're not starting out on the good page.
Niggas be telling me to sugarcoat shit so that I keep my connections, but it's part of my job to just share my opinion, you know? But like, there's a way I can do it in a constructive way than like, you know? But like, off first listen, because this is just the first listen. I don't know. I feel like there hasn't been that many standout songs. There's been a lot of good songs, but not that many standout songs. And in my personal opinion, I feel like if he just made one project, I mean, shit, it's obviously he's trying to get out his deal or whatever he got going on. He literally rapped about it. But it's like, fuck, bro. Like, I'm a real fan of this nigga music. I just wanted the best project possible. How hard he went for the rollout, I genuinely thought he was going to go that hard and curating just the best album, but it feel like he just putting shit out. It sounds like a cool idea, like 3 albums. Like, I don't know anyone who's ever dropped 3 albums in one night, but it's something that sound better than it actually is, in my honest opinion.
This is not good. After 2 years of a hiatus and all the L you've been taking over the last few years with the battle and moving forward, you need everybody, especially your day ones, on your team regardless of everything. But it seems to be divided, with some people that are gonna glaze no matter what, like your academics and your streamers, and then those that are being honest with themselves to say, hey, I rock with Drake, but this ain't it. Let's start with Black Boy Max. That was one of his streamers he got on his team with the whole campaign. He, like Kai, kept it real, was like, listen, I like some of the music, I like and support Drake, however, we gotta have a little talk here.
If this was the only album, we might have to have some serious conversations right now. I'm not here to listen to a bunch of disses. Like, that's cool, we can hear the disses. But I also want to hear amazing music. Niggas, Drake, why we even worry about these niggas, gang? You Iceman. Like, let me get some hits. Real shit, bro. Bro, I'm sorry, I hold this nigga to a high pedestal. He one of the greatest ever. Real shit. I'm baby Ice too, nigga. So it's like, bro, like, come on, bro. Like, I'm always keep it real, bro.
I don't know, man. I got another Drake stan over here saying he think you're washed. He followed your catalog all throughout your history of your music and discography and give you a lot of credit on a lot of the older music. Nothing What to Say is one of those staples that a lot of your fan base rock with and credit with why they like it. Those same fans are having difficulty getting behind Iceman.
So y'all ain't gonna tell Drake his new album ass, booty juice, dumpster juice. If I'm being honest, we could have got a new Future album. And I'm keeping it completely honest. Everybody on this album line about Drake album. He got about 2, 3, maybe 4 good songs on the album. But all the rest of the shit sound exactly the same. Why y'all never get on Drake ass about having the same goddamn flow? Y'all told the baby that he got the same flow. Y'all told Z and L Doe that he got the same flow. Y'all done told everybody but Drake. Y'all must be scared of this nigga or something. You got content creators / influencers doing reaction video to the album. Every song that they play, they jump up and down. Oh my God, Drake, he said. Drake ain't said nothing different in his new album that ain't nobody else said 100 times already. He's saying the same shit over again. I just won't say nothing. At this point, y'all doing this shit for views. Y'all want Drake to post y'all on his goddamn stories, on his page. If the album was fire, I'll tell y'all it was fire. That Drake album is like a 5 or a 6. And I'm just being honest. And don't get me wrong now, the concept leading to the album with all the ice blocks and all that shit was, that shit was fire, 10 out of 10. The baby last album that he just dropped, way better than Drake album right here. I can guarantee you that. Drake still talking about hitting the same women that everybody already talked about already. Already mentioned his songs already. He ain't talking about nothing different. You know what Kodak Black at? We need an album from his ad right now.
Now, some people will go a step further to say, hey, Drake is no longer an artist. He is a content creator. What? He creates content, not music. Because from a songwriting standpoint, people don't typically get worse at songwriting. The more they do it, typically they get better at doing so. Now, we don't know if the songwriting is worse because of the alleged ghostwriters, which is a possibility, or if it's worse because he just stopped trying as hard. Either way, people are concerned about how they can categorize you and your music and what they're hearing.
Also, this is why it's perfectly reasonable to question every single one of Drake's hits throughout his career, because as a rapper and a writer, writing is not a skill that you lose over time without some like traumatic brain injury. The ability to put words in a rhythmic fashion, or the ability to adjust words in such a way that they paint a picture or tell a story or make people feel an emotion, and to have that ability to do that over and over and over again, that is not a skill that a writer loses. That is a skill that actually gets better over time. So the fact that we've seen Drake's lyrics, his music get worse over time, lets me know that this nigga's whole entire career was a fraud, and it is perfectly reasonable to question every single one of Drake's hits, his legacy, and what he means to hip-hop. I think that's perfectly acceptable. But Drake is not putting out art. Drake is not putting out music. Drake is putting out content. Drake, he's the content king. This is content. This is not music. This is content to be played in the background. This is content. You can't really even dance to most of this stuff. I mean, if Drake's bars, I've often said this, like, if you can tell a dad joke, you can write a Drake bar, because a Drake bar is nothing but a dad joke, sort of offbeat. And I'm not trying to be funny, I'm not trying to be malicious, but it's like, again, as someone who puts pen to paper, as someone who puts words together in a rhythmic fashion over beats, as someone who knows how to play with the hi-hat and the snare as a rapper and to understand tone and his little beat switch gimmick, right? He cannot change the tone of a song, the energy of a song with his voice. That is like hip-hop MCing 101. In order for him to change the tone or energy of a song, he needs a beat switch. Again, his skills as a writer, his skills as a performer, his skills as an artist is really an offense to the art of hip-hop, to music, honestly.
Come on, Drizzy, you can't be losing your fan base now. You already lost quite a bit of them with the Not Like Us that was out there in Toronto singing Not Like Us in waves, with K-Dot selling out 2 nights out there. So you know they ain't rocking with you like that. Now you got this Iceman comeback that ain't hitting.
So I am actually a huge Drake fan. This is my Drake playlist. Drake is always either my number 1 or 2 artists that I listen to each year. So it pains me to say this, but I think Drake is washed. Now, I know some will disagree, but Drake's last great album was in 2013 with Nothing Was the Same. All the albums after that, he had some bangers on those albums, but nothing as complete as Nothing Was the Same in 2013. Which brings us to 2026 and the release of the Iceman, very highly anticipated album, and I really tried to like it, but I just couldn't get there. The production is solid, but I wish dude would just let the beef go. Like, take the L, you lost, move on, and give us some radio and summer bangers. It's like 3-4 songs on this album I really like. I give it a 7 out of 10. And in case you were unaware, Drake actually released 3 albums in one day. And this album right here, I give a 6 out of 10. It's like a mid R&B album. It's just okay, but I'll probably never revisit it. I give this a solid 6 out of 10 as well. I just don't think I was the target audience for this album. So some may like it more than most, but I just don't think I was the target audience for this album. Drake from like 2009 to like 2016 was giving us just great music. Not so much today.
What do you guys make of this? You tell me. Put your comments below. Let's talk about it. This is Marcus at Work Media, and I'm out this bitch.